Hey, Brian Hall here again from Orlando.net User Group. We're here at the Orlando Code Camp 2013, and with me I have the ever-popular Russ Fustino, Russ's Tool Shed, and now Russ Cam.
That's it.
Component 1.
One less syllable.
Yeah, it's easier to remember for Twitter, too. So today, Russ, you are talking about Wijmo.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about Wijmo. What's going on with that?
Well, I got to tell you, that's our heaviest downloaded product that we have, and it solves a real business need of making your application really device independent. So today, you have to have websites designed so that they can be consumed by, handheld phones, by tablets, by desktops, laptops, the whole range. Right. And if you don't, you're going to really end up losing business. That's what the statistics say. So that's why when we go to these conferences, I always see, like right now, I just walked past the HTML5 and JavaScript room, and it's packed. And it's not any different any other conference I go to. It's always packed, and that's because there's a real world need right now. These folks have to design their sites so that they're web responsive, responsive web design. So and Wijmo helps that. So our widgets basically are scriptable objects. You just bring the references in, instantiate the object, then go ahead and use them by setting some properties up, and it's real easy to do.
So just drop in a little bit of JavaScript, referencing your JavaScript and the HTML views that you might have in the widgets.
Yep.
And it should render right on your page.
That's exactly it. Yeah, you add your reference in, then you add if you got a style sheet, you want to pull that in, you can go ahead and bring that in, and then you go ahead and put a little bit of script in to instantiate the object, and then you put in your body, you would actually be using that particular object that you're instantiating. Okay. So,
what you have, obviously I saw charts and graphs and all sorts of things, and I heard through the grapevine that a lot of that's done using SVG, which is some pretty cool.
Well, I tell you, it's a really great technology. It powers a lot of our products, including our Win.js set of controls. So that's all powered by Wijmo technology.
Wow.
The same engine is behind that. Right. So it makes sense. It's really it's another technology stack that traditionally a lot of the .NET component vendors have never been in because it's not .NET. So, but now we recognize the need there, and I got to tell you, I think we're among the leaders in that particular product area because it's just, like I say, the downloads are incredible.
Yeah, because these days, when you're getting into the web, especially coming from a .NET perspective, where do we start? Where do we go? Which library is the one we use? How do we get these controls? I mean, I'm used to WinForms or even XAML, and I can just come drag and drop a control and do a quick layout of a UI. Now it's tough for the web.
That is, and the session I'm doing is actually on HTML5 everywhere, right? So it seems now like every development environment is supporting HTML5 somehow, right? So you've got Windows Store apps, right, for Windows 8. You have a JavaScript version and you got the XAML version, right? And then now you've got the new CTP that's out for LightSwitch. It's got an HTML client. You got, if you open up Visual Studio and you're doing a Phone 8 app, there's now an HTML client, a template, right, for that. And so now you're starting to see these pop up all over the place. And now you can use one set of tools in all those environments, which is really what my session is about this afternoon.
That's really good. So we got some other news that has occurred recently. You are the INETA 2012 Lifetime Achievement Award recipient. So congratulations for that. Round of applause.
Totally stoked about that. Absolutely. It was. It's a really good feeling. They told me last month, and then I flew out to Redmond. I actually received the award out at the MVP Summit, and I got to tell you, it was just very heartwarming. And anytime you get recognized by your peers, it's a very special thing.
And that's exactly what INETA is. It's .NET speakers, it's your peers, and well deserved, in my opinion. Well,
thank you very much. Thanks. It's been a good run. Like I said before, it's been a lot of hard work, but it's been I've had fun doing it. And I think that's the key. You got to balance out the two in order to keep your sanity nowadays. And so I always try to do that wherever I go. I always try to get a taste the local culture, as well as do the seminars, and it's all about networking, getting out there and shaking hands, and
that's exactly what it is.
And when I got this award, I put a quick blog post together, and then I started adding up all the numbers in the blog post. Like I've had so many downloads, so much online, so many sessions in person, so many events I've helped sponsor, and I started adding up all the developers I have helped educate in my career, and it added up to over 1 million computer programmers. Wow. So, you know, it's like, it's a really incredible thing. Yeah, so I'm going to start right at the next million right here at the Orlando Code Camp. Right, heard it first, right? We're going for 2 now.
2 million. Why stop there? We can go 10.
That's it. That's it.
Especially with HTML5, you got a bigger audience to touch now.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right about that.
Yeah, so that's great. And what, you know, just tell the audience what is the Lifetime Achievement Award?
Well, it's for going above and beyond in the community, basically. You know, INETA is the International .NET Association. Those are unfamiliar with it, and it's really a great organization. It helps a lot of the user groups throughout the world. I know OneTug is part of that, and both my user groups down in Tampa are the Internet Media User Group, and then also the Windows Phone Group that I run down there. And it's really a very good, supportive group. They send you like quarterly shipments for swag and prizes and materials, and it really helps jumpstart and keep your user groups going. Those little things really add up after a while. And they also have a speaker bureau you can tap into and get speakers for your group a couple times a year. And so it's a really great organization. I'm actually the 9th recipient of this award, so there really hasn't been that many folks. I think Dave Noder was one of the first, and then we got a few others, but him and I are the only ones from Florida that are on that list. And it's just an exciting time. It's really, really fun. I'm having a big party. You're invited here, April 4th, so are you. It's actually April 5th up in Newport Richey, where I live, Florida, at Fitzgerald's Pub. We're doing a pub crawl. 7:30, start out, Chasko Festival kicking in. It's going to be a blast.
Well, you know, we like beer, so.
That's it, man. It's a good fit.
That's perfect, you know?
That's it.
So definitely thank you for coming here, Orlando.net Code Camp.
Well, that's good.
13, and speaking and sponsoring Component 1.
Yeah, I know. How about that? I just finished. I just want to mention one other thing. I just finished up doing a blog series and a webcast series on our Windows 8 controls. So the XAML WinRT controls, and I really went into depth each one of the controls, gave starter examples, how you get going with it. So check out my blog, component1.com. Just click on the blogs button, and you can drill down to find Russ Fustino, and you'll see there all of my posts. And just today I published the summary of the blog series, so it's got links to all the articles, and that's a good one to jump off from. It'd be that one there.
Yeah, and we'll have that in the notes in the description for the video too. So just check that below. So thanks, Russ, for coming out.
My pleasure.
For this interviewing, and you heard it here, folks. Pub crawl, April 5th.
That's it. Newport Richey. Thanks a lot.